This video is going to show you how to make your citations in your essay. So there are two different ways I want you to footnote, and you have to footnote any sentence that you have found information from another source. Anything that you didn't know in your brain already, then it has to have a footnote. There are two ways you have to do this. The first way is if you're using a web page source. So a source that you found on the web just by using a search and finding that web resource. Okay, first of all, you're going to open Explorer. It can either be found down here in the screen down here, or it can be found in Tools and Explore. The next thing you're going to do is go to wherever you found the information in this sentence. You have to make sure your cursor is right where you want the footnote number. So my cursor right now is after the period. Your number goes right after the period of a sentence that has information in it that you found on a source. Let's say I found that information on this Wikipedia page. You are going to select that URL. You are going to copy that URL. If you are working on a Mac of any kind, it's Command C. If you are working on a Dell of any kind, it's Control C. So you copy that, you go back to your essay, and under Explore, right here in the search bar, you are going to paste with Command V if you're on a Mac, if you're on a Dell, Control V. And you are going to paste that URL. Again, double check that your cursor is where it should be. Then you have to hit the Enter button or the Return button, depending on which type of computer you have, and it's going to find that resource. The very first time you use Explore on a document, you have to check that you have MLA checked, because that's what you're required to use for this essay assignment, MLA. Then, if you hover your mouse over these entities, notice that quote marks pop up. They won't pop up unless your mouse is on that box. This is exactly the URL I want, so I am going to click Cite Footnote. Notice it put a 1 at the end of the sentence, and down at the bottom of the page, here is my MLA formatted footnote. Now let's do it one more time. Let's say that you know that you got this sentence on this website. First of all, close Explore. You don't have to, but if you don't, sometimes Explore gets gummed up and it doesn't work. So just close it and then reopen it with the button down below. If you don't have that button, remember it's in Tools and Explore. All right, let's say we got that information from this web page. So again, I'm going to select the URL. I have a Mac, Command C. If you have a Dell, Control C. Go back to your essay. Here in the search window, I have a Mac, Command V. Those of you with a Dell, Control V. Hit your Enter or Return button. Here it is. It popped it up first. That's what I want. So I'm going to click on the Cite as footnote, quotation marks. Notice it put a 2 in my body of my paragraphs, and here is the MLA correct format of that source. Let's say you forgot, oh no, This actually I got from a source. So I have to do that one. You don't have to worry about renumbering anything. Google Docs will take care of that for you. Let's pretend, close Explorer, open it again. Make sure your cursor is where you want the footnote. Let's go to this site, and again, I'm going to Command C because I'm a Mac. If you're a Dell, Control C, go back to your essay. In the search box, Command V to paste it. If you are a Dell, Control V, and then you're going to hit return. This is it. Now watch what happens. It made this the 2, and it changed what was the 2 to a 3. So it keeps it all in the correct order for you. Now, this is very important. What if you didn't get your information from a website? What if you used a database from your school library website? Remember, you went to the research section and you used the biography database and you used the Explorer database. So remember how you find the citation. I'm going to remind you again. This is Explorer. Before I come here, I'm going to go back to my essay, and on the 3rd page, this sentence right here, and I'm putting my cursor again after the period. This sentence I got from this article off of Explorer. So what you're going to do, here's the article that you read and took notes from. You need to find the button somewhere on this page that says cite or citation. It's in a different place every database you use. It's not over here. It's not across the top. So let's look this way, and there it is on this database. Click it. And you need to look for MLA, the latest edition that they have, and you are going to copy the entire citation. So again, I'm a Mac, Command C. If you're a Dell, Control C. Then you go back to your essay. Make sure your cursor is still where you want it. This time you go up to the toolbar, you go to Insert, you're going to go to Footnote. It put the number up in the body for you, and it puts your cursor down here, and you're going to do, if you're working on a Mac, Command V. If you're working on a Dell, Control V. Now look, it's highlighted in a gray. So let me show you how to fix that. This is really important. If it's off color, you're going to select the whole thing, go up to your highlighter tool and pick none. Sometimes when you copy and paste, for some unknown reason, it puts it in a different color. Now let's say that I got this sentence, the information in this sentence, from another database. This time I got it from the biography database. Here's my article that I read and took notes on. Again, I've got to find that citation button. It is right here. It says citation. Click that, and that is not what we want. You're going to click the citation button over here. See where it says cite this article? So if you don't get what you want the first time, look for another button. Do not give up. Again, you are looking for MLA, and you are going to copy this citation, the whole thing. I'm a Mac, Command C. If you're a Dell, Control C. Go back to your essay. Be sure your cursor is right after the period. No weird spaces. Insert, footnote, Command V. And this time it didn't highlight it in any weird colors. Now notice, these are in different fonts. So what you want to do when you're totally finished with your whole paper, go up to a footnote that Google Doc did and put your cursor in it to see what font it is and the size it is. Then anything you copied from a database, you are going to, I don't know why it's acting weird, you are going to highlight, make sure it says Arial, make sure it says 10, this one does, but it needs to be black. This one, if we highlight the whole thing, notice it is an Arial, but it's an 8.5. Turn that into 10, and then all of your citations will be the same font and the same size. You can wait to do that at the end of your essay. You need, again, to have a footnote for every sentence where you got information from a source.